Also in Colombia, a Spanish communication company consolidates its power in this sector, a situation rejected by the country's Central Workers Union.
Diego is one of more than 30 workers of Channel 1, CMI news program, who were laid off after the acquisition of that television space by the Spanish communications company Prisa. In addition to Diego, more than 180 workers have been left at risk in what constitutes the largest action of massive layoffs resulting from this transaction between the concessionaire that operates Channel 1 and the Spanish company, to whom the entire control of the programming grid, contents, and commercial exploitation was handed over, where the workers were not taken into account, leaving many of them adrift.
They should have also thought about the people who work there, the families, the households. There were more or less 130 of us from CMI. We are in the diverse, because there are people who could have come out of this situation better, but others who could not, as in my case. There are those of us who do not have a job at the moment, and we have to see what we will do, to see what solution they give us. But unfortunately, when they make these changes, these contributions, the giant companies do not look at the employee. They do not look at the employee's welfare as such. They care about closing the business, they have their share, they liquidate. The other people do not matter to them. They do not care about those people.
The Central Workers Union rejected the layoffs following this operation, in which CMI had 32 years of experience. A formal company on which nearly 100 direct jobs depended and whose contents are now replaced by the contents of Caracol Radio, a subsidiary of the Prisa Group in the country.
There should have been an issue of change of employer, and therefore of employer substitution. But no, here, the workers are nowhere to be seen by the gentlemen of Caracol Prisa.
But these are not the only irregularities. According to the same Workers' Unitary Central and some congressmen, the space occupied by CMI is of public character, which now cannot be exploited and used by a private without prior bidding, which constitutes a violation of the law and which gives rise to the formation of a monopoly of some sectors of communication, which represents a violation of national sovereignty.
It is pertinent to ask what happened, how the deal was agreed and how it was structured, since it is an absolutely legal fact and it should be explained why the Haste Group arrived with altruistic kindness to save the channel with serious economic difficulties in a process plagued with opacity in which nothing more and nothing less than the privatization of a public channel through the back door is at stake, and also without knowing in exchange for what.
In view of these irregular situations, the Minister of Technologies, Information and Communications, Mauricio Lizcano, will be called to a political control debate in the Congress of the Republic in order to explain to the country why he did not make the proper intervention and control of this operation on a public media in the hands of a private company, which increases the monopoly of the media in the hands of economic conglomerates in the country.
Hernán Darío Tobar Gaitán, teleSUR, Bogotá, Colombia.